I think that doctors get anaphylaxis. We understand something as dramatic as anaphylaxis, but there's a huge grey area concerned with food intolerance. And we have this divide. Some doctors don't believe it exists at all. Others say that 45% of our population have some kind of food intolerance, responsible for a whole range of non-specific symptoms ranging from headaches to tension to tiredness to IBS. But every kind of foodstuff has protein components. We understand that the lectins, the proteins in nuts, can cause severe anaphylaxis, and it was in Jonathan's book, it reminded me that George Markov was killed by a lectin on the tip of an umbrella that killed that Russian dissident, defector back in the 90s, was it, Jonathan? I think so, yeah. So if lectins can be as powerful as that, we're eating these proteins in less dramatic forms, if you like, and it's very probable that all sorts of food intolerances can result from these things. But what about milk in particular? Because that's what we're here to discuss today. Milk's been a staple in our diet for centuries. Nutritionally, it's the nearest thing to whole food in a glass. Millions of gallons are consumed every day around the globe. So it would be a huge implication if the proteins in milk were causing widespread problems. About a fifth of the population struggle with the digestion of conventional milk and other dairy products. And whilst most of them blame lactose intolerance, we know from scientific studies that of the 20% that do suffer from side effects, complications, food intolerance is attributable to milk, only about 6% actually have lactose intolerance, which means that 14% have some other situation going on, which may well be down to some of the proteins in milk. Now, you're going to hear a lot more about this, but broadly speaking, 30% of the protein in milk is the beta-casein type of protein. There are two main types of that, A1 and A2. They're digested differently, and we're going to hear about the A1, A2 hypothesis and why this different process of digestion of the two types could have implications for many, many people.